Hello everybody, and I want to welcome you to a video that I've been thinking about making for a while, but I was kind of holding it off, but now I really feel like I'm too far deep in the manhwas. I just have to express some of my favorite manhwas of 2025, specifically the romance genre, which is what I read the most. Now, obviously, there's going to be a spoiler warning because we are going to talk about little snippets of these comics and why they are in my top 5. I'm going to be calling them comics from now on just because it's a little easier. I know they are their own specific genre of comics, but I just want you guys to know that is spoilers. Spoilers. Just so you know. Warning. We are going to start at number 5, The Age of Arrogance. This is a banger. Let's get into this. We got baddies. We got a female baddie lead. We got a male baddie lead. She comes back from winning a war. And then, obviously, the king is like, woman, you can marry whoever you want. That's your reward for winning a war. Where she comes from, like, she's basically like a duchess / queen of this area that's like really cold in the north and basically dirt poor. They got nothing going on right now. They're struggling, and she is there for her people, the baddie she is. So she's looking around and she's like, a husband, that's what I get. And then she sees the richest man in the room. Basically, it's the king's son. And homie has daddy issues, so whenever she's like, I choose him, the king was like, only if he accepts, I guess. And he's like, I'm down. And then they have like a marriage contract because she's like, I just want this to go this certain way so I can help my people out. And he's like, I just want to piss off my dad. So then they start fighting, they start going to war together. They're doing battles. There's like dark magic involved. He starts falling for her, and I mean hard. I mean, like, it takes her a while to be like, wait, do you like? Nah, you don't vibe for me, because she thinks she's ugly. She's not ugly, she's a baddie. And they have such good chemistry. Like, even at the beginning when he's the only one that's like down bad, they still have good chemistry. The bad guy in this, whew, there's monsters and stuff, but that priest guy, he's the biggest monster, and you don't even know. And honestly, it's ended. It's a finished comic. We love that. We love to hear it. The ending, not my favorite. A little boring, but you know, we still love a happy ending. We still love good vibes. Maybe some consequences along the way, but we still love good vibes. And they're both good looking people. I respect it. You can read this on Webtoon. Super easily available to the people. Don't have to go to some foreign website where you're going to get a bunch of pop-up ads. It's just straight up Webtoon. Starting out, our number 4. I've fallen for the Empire's greatest villainess. You can just tell by the art style of the cover. It's on Webtoon, and it's gonna be good. Sadly, we have a reincarnation trope on our hands. I just want to point that out. I know it's overused. We've seen it. We love it. We hate it. It's so 50-50 out there. Let's just say we used a lot. But this one hits different. Trust, it hits different. It might look like it doesn't hit different, but it's a pretty good reincarnation trope. Both of them are gorgeous. The art style, mwah, oh my god, the art is good. Super cute. They're a power couple. Like, them together, just, it vibes. It's semi she fell first, he fell harder, which we all know and love. It's not often that the female lead technically falls in love first, but like, you'll see how this plays out if you read it. It's good. It's wholesome, but also a little frisky. There's some like little like teasing moments that are really cute. Like, it's very wholesome though, and it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing, sadly, but you can read it on a Webtoon. So again, you don't have to go through a bunch of ads and stuff. I just think the story's really good. She's basically there's a reason for it, but she's trying to make him fall in love with her because she's like head over heels with this man. And also in that photo that you see, that is not their child. I'm pretty sure, if I like recall from my memory, that's his like nephew or something. So that's not his. They don't have a kid, mind you. He looks like the perfect combination of them. So might have to look out for that. Who knows? Coming at your number 3, we have a possessed villainess. I possessed a villainess, but I just want to raise cats. And she's so real for that, and you're gonna see why. Number 1, cats. I love cats. We all love cats. Cats. If you are a cat lover, this is the comic for you. Legally, you are required to read this. Slow burn romance. I'll be honest, we're a couple chapters in, and the romance, she's slow. She's real slow. When the lead says that she's dedicated to raising her cats, boy does she mean she's dedicated to raising her cats. This is in fact a reincarnation story. However, in my opinion, it's a worthy cause of reincarnation. Spoilers, but basically, this beautiful woman has a beautiful soul, and she saves her cat's lives by getting hit by a vehicle for them. Obviously, it's Truck-sama. We know him. We hate him. It's Truck-sama. And she gets reincarnated as this villainess from this, like, novel where there's, like, beast men, people who can turn into animals. And she just so happened, by the gods, the gods were like, you're gonna smell like catnip in a world where people are cats. There are also like normal cats and cats. I'm not exactly sure how it works, to be honest. Let's be real. There's plot holes in all of these things. One of my favorite tropes is that she loves cats so much, and it just so happens that she has no idea, but she married a man who can turn into a cat. So she like sees this cat and she's like, oh my god, I love you. And then like hugs him and stuff, and his reality is like this semi-forced upon marriage setup that like she just married this guy. They didn't marry for love. It was like political reasons, but she also wanted to leave her toxic household. I mean, she's not actually the villainess. And ironically, she takes over the body of a woman who hates animals, especially people that turn into animals. So it's really cute, really wholesome. I'm gonna be honest, it's really wholesome. Like, there's not a lot going on. The art style is insanely gorgeous. Every single cat is cute. She's, like I said, if you love cats, this is for you. Honestly, it's so good. This one is actually fresh on my mind. I recently just am up to date with it. I just heard about it through TikTok, so I have to share this because it's juicy. This is the Empress's Beast selections. Now let's get into this one because it's good. Number 1, we have the most complicated plot. I've read some comics with some complicated plots there, but this one's reaching. It's hard to follow a little bit. So let me spoil it a little bit so you like can kind of get an essence of what's going on, because god, it's hard to follow. Basically, they have names, but we're gonna go black hair man, white hair man. Basically, black hair man and white hair man, as children, their parents were like, we're gonna switch your souls, and you're gonna live out in this body, and you're gonna live out in this body as your childhoods, because the white haired guy, he was born insane. So the black hair guy, who's a normal guy, is going to go take over the presence of the kingdom, because they can't have that serial killer white haired freak running around killing everybody. Gross. He's messed up in the head. You don't want him around. So we're going to switch his soul with this super elegant, kind, loving child, which is the black haired child. However, when they're adults, the woman who cursed them with this curse, she dies. So the curse gets reversed. White hair guy, he already hitched the lady that the black hair guy was flirting with his entire adolescence. And then white hair guy finds these letters and is like, whoa, dude, you're a saint? I love me some power, and you're obsessed with me, even though it's not me. I love it. So then they get married. However, they've been married for a fat minute, and she like thought this was her childhood love, but something about him, she was like, "You're giving me the ick. I'm not feeling it. You're giving me the ick. Stay away from me. We are not consummating this marriage. If you know what that means, you know." So then she's like, "He's giving me the ick." And all of a sudden, this lady shows up. You see that you've suffered so much, lady. That's his mistress he brings in. She is bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Out the hazoo. She is just as crazy as serial killer white hair McGee. Basically, another side plot, I guess, with the mystical magical world of this comic, they can turn into wolves. And like, I guess because they're like beast men again in this comic, beast men come up, I guess, in my favorites. Who would have known? He gets a name. She has his name on her, and I guess like sometimes your true love that you're destined to fall in love with will have your name on them. So she shows up and is like, "I have your name on me. I do." And he's like, "We are now in love." In front of his wife. And remember, she thinks this man is her childhood love. Like a man who sacrificed and got beaten up by wolves for her. And she's like, "What is going on? You are not my man. Who are you? I'm feeling sus." Black hair baddie shows up and he's like, he regained his memories because he had like temporary memory loss because of the magic of the adolescent switch. So there's like obviously years between the switch, and then like he lost his memories of his adolescence. So he was all like, "I gotta get back to her." So then he just so happens to enter the picture while their marriage is rocky, which is a total coincidence on his part. He was just trying to make his way back home because the war was over. He didn't want to leave his men behind for some lady as soon as he remembered who he really was. So then it gets nuts. Let's just say, I've said enough. It gets crazy. The romance building's insane. It's semi-frisky. Like, I'm gonna be honest, there's some scenes where it's like, whew, that's kind of a lot. But honestly, it's worth the read. It's really good. It's ongoing, and you cannot read it on Webtoon, sadly. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of blood in it, or if it's just like a little too much for Webtoon to handle. But you can read this on Kun Manga, which is a website where they have manhwas. I highly suggest this as a read, though. Let's get into our number one now. Our number one is none other than Selfish Romance. And let's get into why. Selfish Romance is actually one of the most popular manhwas / webtoons that are romance at this time. And there's a good reason for it. Number one, we got exes and revenge. Basically, one girl's super famous, she's kind of a horrible person, she was super mentally abusive, and he's trying to move on from that and trying to make her a little jealous. Their actual goal was actually to try and win them back, but then they both realized ew, gross, they're kind of toxic, I kind of don't want them back anymore. However, the exes are like, "Oh, you want me back, I want you back now," even though they were totally chill with being broken up. Well, not the toxic woman one. She was awful, and you'll see if you read. And then it's a nice fresh new start. There's no reincarnation. Finally, we got a normal modern day romance with no reincarnation, just pure raw normal drama. You know somebody's going to make a K-drama about this. That's how well it's written. Has really good art style. I mean, look at him. Look at her. It's good. And the plot is super, super cute. It's wholesome. There's tiny details that you notice throughout the whole comic. It's super well thought of. It's still ongoing, but there's enough chapters out right now on Webtoon that you really feel like you're a part of it. I think they're on a hiatus right now because it's in between seasons. I think they just finished season 1. So you want to get up to date because it's only going to get crazier from here. It's good. It's an all-over, well-rounded manhwa, and that's why it's number 1. Number 2 was a little complicated, a little too far. But this one's where it's at. I highly recommend you check my number 1 out. Now, before we go, there are some honorable mentions. I haven't read it this year, so that's why they're not in this brand. Like, I didn't start reading them this year, started reading them last year, but these are some romance manhwas you can't pass up. They might not be my 2025, but they are in some of my all-time. First, we have How to Win My Husband Over. 10 out of 10, won't even explain to you, you have to read it for yourself. Same with Villains Are Destined to Die, you have to read it for yourself, it's one of the best. And then I'm Only a Stepmother, but my stepdaughter is so cute. 10 out of 10, wholesome. You have to read it to know. You have to read it to know. And those are my honorable mentions. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you go and read some of these great comics. And let me know in the comments below if you've already read some of these or if you're going to start reading some of these because of this video. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And have a great day. Bye.